thing. I just love to hear what people think about the online workshops, sort of comparing to in person, and or how do you think about this workshop? I mean, this is the last day. So how was it? How was the last 5 or 6 days?
Hey, Dr. Lam. This is Kirk Howard in Detroit, Michigan. This was great. I never did a live workshop before, or a week-long workshop before, so doing this completely virtual was awesome. And to be able to network, I know it makes me look forward to when we do a one in person, or if there's like eventually maybe a hybrid where you're virtual, half in person. So this has been great and terrific. So thanks for asking.
Well, thank you for sharing. And that's very interesting. You mentioned about hybrid. Yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about what I see the future in my longer talk later. Yeah.
Cool.
I've really enjoyed this workshop, but I do miss being able to just chat with people over lunch and things like that we do at the longer workshops. But for at this point in time in my life, this has been great. This is perfect. I don't know that I could have traveled for various reasons at this time to a longer workshop.
I have to agree with Virginia on that. For me, at this point in my life, it was working out beautifully. Other than minor technical difficulties that I had with Zoom, but that's kind of par for the course. But really, this was wonderful.
Yes, and for Tony and Anushia, it's a lot easier, a lot less for them to travel all the way from Netherlands. And I think we have a few other overseas visitors from Japan, from what other countries?
Scotland. We have one lady, Carolyn from Scotland.
Switzerland. Yeah, and then Switzerland, Myra from Switzerland. That's really good.
From Sweden.
Sweden, okay. Yes, for some weird reason, I often got them mixed up. Of course, I've been both countries. I love both countries, and I know there were a lot of difference between Sweden and Switzerland. But they're both beautiful in many ways.
Good morning, Dr. Lam and everyone. I'm Sachiko Kumagata from New Jersey. This workshop worked for me very well because financially, I wasn't sure I was able to afford it, but I got some funding, but that doesn't cover the traveling accommodation. So it really helped me to participate in difficult. And of course, I would love to do it in person someday. Thank you.
Someday.
Yes, well, and you do know there is scholarship offered by USTCC, as well as I think there's also other people offer scholarships. But yes, I'm going to talk about the two-way of meeting, but certainly I'm really excited with what we have achieved with these two workshops online. I think we have a wonderful instructors team, a wonderful workshop team, and you people make it possible. Of course, without wonderful participants, it wouldn't be a workshop. So that was fantastic, everybody.
Yeah. Good morning, Dr. Lam. This is Sol. And I didn't have the opportunity for take the workshop in present, but online is wonderful. But my dream is to take the workshop in person.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sol. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm coming. I'm coming in for. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I talked with my daughter and my son, and they will send me. I will agree with you, and when you will give the workshop in Australia, and I will go.
Wow. Yeah, you have lovely children.
Yeah, I will be very fun, very happy when I can do that.
That's great.
Dr.
Wonderful.
Lam, Dr. Lam, this is JD. How are you
Yes.
this morning? I just wanted to say there's nothing to replace the personal interaction like we've had annual workshops, but this has been phenomenal. I think that's maybe the biggest thing that's lacking from the Zoom is the personal interaction, which you can't have, but this is a very, very close second to that. And I just wanted to say that Jocelyn and Deborah did an extremely good job. Couldn't have done a better job if it was in person. So that aspect of it was great. Very informative and instructive, sequential. So yeah, to answer your question, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I think our instructors are just amazing. They're so great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me mute everyone, Paul.
Oh, it's time.
Yes, I have you spotlighted. And once I mute, you'll have to unmute real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Unmute, Dr. Lam. Please, thank you.
Pat, it should start with Pat.
All right, so I will replace, there we go.
Good morning or good evening, whatever the time zone is where you are. Welcome to the closing portion of our week-long annual workshop. It has just been a great experience, I think, for all of us. That's what I keep hearing as well. We tried to make it more personal and to have more opportunities for interaction. And the evening workshops really, I think, helped with that. I want to share my screen and put up this picture from last night where we made our lotus blossom origamis. And thank you to all of the facilitators, there we go, of the evening workshops who shared different skills with us and gave us a chance to have some fun outside of the harder play of Tai Chi that we were doing. Thank you to Libby Hill, to JD Dunphy, to Dr. Bob McBrien, to Betty Scanlon and Denise Murray for giving your time and talent to give us some opportunities to still share outside of the training. But today we'll wrap it all up. You're done with the hardest part and you get to put the ribbon on the package, so to speak. We get to polish things up and bring it all to a nice close. So let me bring on Dr. Paul Lam, the vision that carries us and the model that he sets for us.
Thank you, Pat. A big welcome to everybody. I'm going to have a much longer talk about now and the future and how great we have done. So I'm going to bring you back to Pat for the next speaker.
Thank you. And I also do want to say that memory, rehab, and diabetes, as well as the Tai Chi bundle class, you'll be having your photo in the first session. And then the visit from Dr. Lam is with depth of 1036 this morning. Meant to say that. Otherwise, everything is our uniform schedule. So today we have a very special guest again to share some special ideas and insights and talent. I'd like to bring on Jerry Pearson.
unmute.
Okay. Yes, I am unmuted now. Let's get this out of here. Hi, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed doing all my things with you today. The name of my presentation is Teaching Tai Chi with Props. As you can see around, I have some props here. And I actually, as I've been working on this.
Excuse me, Jerry.
Actually, yes.
Is it possible to speak a little louder?
I
As
think so.
other people have problem hearing. If it's not just me, it doesn't matter.
If I spoke like, okay. I want you to hear too. I want you to hear. Okay, is that better, Paul?
Yeah, that's better.
Can you hear me?
A little better.
Okay. Okay. Usually these work really well.
That's better.
Okay, let me try this then for a while. Yeah, so Tai Chi, teaching Tai Chi with props. What my motivation here to do this is that I want to try to make the internal aspect of Tai Chi visible. And so my teaching experience has been, I haven't really taught a lot of Tai Chi. And the reason I haven't taught a lot of Tai Chi is that I was a dancer teacher and I was a professor for 26 years. And I just taught so many classes. And I retired 6 years ago. And I was actually happy to retire because of the fact that as I was teaching and as I got older and older, I found out that what I wanted to talk about was and wanted to teach is, why do we dance? What is dance about? What is, what does it mean? And it was a professional school. So the dancers were, 18 to 22-year-old athletes who just wanted to get bigger and better and faster and higher. And they didn't really want to hear about what the meaning of everything is. And so it was, we kind of able to part ways in a way that was good for both of us. When I did retire here, Tai Chi really filled the bill here because of the fact that people want to talk about, they care about what the internal part is. And I was very, I found it very interesting what Pat said yesterday, how she was inspired when she saw Paul, Dr. Lam, for the first time, that it wasn't just how he moved, it was, why he moved, how it was the reason, what were the forces that made him move like that? What are the forces? What are those internal actions that happen? So what are the internal parts of Tai Chi? I think Dr. Lam really brings out the key points of getting to internal. And the two important ones are song, the idea of the expanding of the joints, the allowing things to open and close, to allow that energy to move, and the Jing, the idea of the mental focus, which allows you to actually be in the present, to be mindful, to be here now. And so that you can actually say, oh, I can feel the energy inside me. So also, when I'm doing this now, this is, as you've seen my videos are all written and rehearsed, and this is like a casual room here. So I'm speaking off the top of my head. So my first prop, a lot of you have seen this one before and done this before, is the helium balloon, the happy helium balloon. And the idea is that we're told, if you allow your head to lift up like a helium balloon, it move up, and that how that works then is that can pull your whole body up with that lightness. And you can have, what keeps that balloon from going all the way up is gravity. And you have something here, a weight here at the end, and that pulls it back down. You have a yin and yang. And now, is that because is the balloon not affected by gravity? No, the balloon helium is affected by gravity. It's a kind of pressure that you got a mile of air that's coming down and pressing down. That has a kind of pressure, but the helium doesn't have that same pressure, so it can float up. And if we were in a vacuum, balloon would just drop back down. So the idea here of this balance of how gravity and lightness work together is where, and it creates a nice line here, which is like the line of your spine. And if you allow the head to drop and the bottom to drop down, you have that length. Now that line can go through the whole body. I got a little skeleton guy here. And so as that line pulls up long, you're pulled up. And as this goes down, it drops down. That gravity pulling down and the lightness pulling up pulls you up, and whoa, drops back down. The idea of those two forces are part of what keeps that going. Now that also, you can see how this works. And skeleton. This internal part, this lightness can happen, and the heaviness can happen in different parts of the body. It can drop down here to the dantian, and you can have that light or heavy aspect of that. It can move up into the rib cage, have that there, and move all the way up to the top of the head, like we're talking about. Is that right? That's right. That's right. Works out. I'm not above cheap jokes. I'm not above cheap jokes. So then with the idea of how does this energy move with gravity? How do things relate to gravity? Well, the idea of how the energy can get frozen and not released. The idea of song and opening is that if you let go, it can start to drain down. That energy in your chest, if it's caught, drops down. If you have energy in your butt, it can drop down, and it can drop all the way down to the floor. This idea of sinking down, I think the Chinese word that I saw in one article by Dr. Lam is Chen. The idea of gravity works on all parts of these bodies. Now, next thing is that you have spaces inside of you. I think some of you have seen this prop before. I've seen people use it. But those things are moving, so that in your lower belly breathing here, dantian breathing, that as this breath is happening, it expands. It expands into the pelvic floor. It expands inside of you in this breathing. Same thing is happening inside your chest, this idea that it's breathing. And so this thing can have a kind of a puppet-like thing here so that you can expand and contract it. It moves here, and this energy moves. And so like you're doing commencement, that the dantian expands, and then it contracts a little bit here. These energies are, come from in the body and help give your movement here. And so a good device there to see that. Now, this energy can actually move outside the body, and you can have a bigger expansion, more force. And so you have this idea of like warding off. If you're moved from the dantian and move that forward, this space expands, moving through the space. It can expand out here, the total thing. This can actually go above you so that this space moves up here, and that force can actually push your shoulders down like that. And you can borrow this space, the space that comes, the energy that comes into this space here can drop down into the torso and lift back up again. And this is going, and this is a handy tool for class too, to have one of these that you can wear during class to demonstrate. This also happens here. You can, on the, between the legs here, this idea of how it works here, the expansion, and again, the trading of energy. I can trade the energy from between my legs into my torso up to my head, and then I can pull the energy down from here. There's a trading of energy and different pressures that cause things to move. Now, another little prop that I like is that this has kind of a hydraulic aspect to it. So if my fingers are my pelvis, the energy between the legs can send that energy up into the torso, and then send that energy down between the legs, send the energy back up. And so these energies are what can move you. Well, that's happening. Now, we get to Pong. The idea of Pong, the idea of the bounce, the buoyancy, how that energy is moving out, like an aorta, boom, happening here. Pong is kind of a onomatopoeia kind of thing where it's has a sound like pong. Doesn't really work because it's a Chinese word, but having that there, this idea of how the whole body has that energy. And if you bounce, someone came up to you, you could bounce them off with your Pong. And then if he came at you, you could roll back and roll them over. And this actually works too between the legs. This idea here of how an obvious buoyancy here, how you can bounce, work that whole thing here. You're to the side here, you can see, got to keep the spine straight, got to keep the energy long to allow that buoyancy to move all the way through. More props. Still this idea of buoyancy. In dance, we say someone who is light on their feet when they leap and they float, they have ballon. And that idea of a balloon, it floats like a balloon. Beaucoup de ballon is someone who can really jump. And so you have these ideas of how there's between your arms, between your legs, you've got a squishy thing that's always kind of opening and closing, letting something else move. Now, I've seen this done, people have told me about it, but the ultimate thing is to find a balance, between the yin and yang, so that if you put, these are eggs, you put the eggs under, you have to be terribly careful. And what you're doing is finding that sensitivity. You want to find that sensitivity through your whole body, between your legs, underneath your neck, through the spine, dantian, into your qua, that whole idea of staying sensitive and not being too young. And so, oh shit, I think I'm going to stop now and have breakfast and eggs. Thank you all very much. This has been the idea.
Wonderful, Jerry.
All right, thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Jerry. You took one for the team there. Thank you. Oh gosh, that was a nice insight into how to incorporate some of these things just to be more engaging in class. Thank you. And now, here we are at the close. There's not a lot left for me to say, but I will bring on Dr. Paul Lam and his words of resolving and concluding. Thank you, Dr. Lam.
Thank you, Pat. It was a fantastic week, and it tells a lot. I learned a lot from it. We often compare the difference between online lessons and in-person lessons. In a way, I want to bring you back to the beginning, 25 years ago, when I started making the first Tai Chi video. So that is a change. When you go to a class, the teacher might or might not prepare, but it's there, and we do a movement or one set, and there's interactions, there's short lessons. When you do a video, it took me usually a year to plan everything you have to say, and then your teaching experience and start writing a book. It was very simple for me to teach. Well, I think it was simple, and I might rehearse it, but generally speaking, when I teach people, I really enjoyed it. I go to class, I teach for 45 years. But to write the teaching book I would think that's really easy. But when you start structuring what need to be included, what's not, what are you really want to say, and how do people absorb it? How do they take it well? So a video would take 1 or 2 years. Like Jerry was saying, his video, his shows takes a lot of work putting it together so it comes like so easy and so stimulative. But then it's one-way communication. Nonetheless, the video changed the way of teaching. Our Tai Chi for Health program, when we started 21 years ago, we very much dependent on participants to prepare ahead, continue to work on the DVDs because that's a standard set. And then, of course, you still need the in-person interaction. And then it moved on to online lessons, which is really similar, except it comes with assessment, come with feedbacks. Then the pandemic really sort of forced us to evolve to online lessons where we have a combination of lessons that can be recorded, lessons that we usually prepare more, and we realize the limitation of how you can see the instructor. Yet on the other hand, we also realize the advantage of recording, then you can work on that. So instead of looking at what is better, I would tend to look at what are the features, what are the advantages, and what are the future. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that in-person interaction is essential. There will be, I don't think there will be ever time that we don't need to be personal related. No matter how good online is, that immediate energy in the room, in the person, is precious. Even though online we have that, but it's still like something. So I see as it evolved from doing the video, improving the video, getting more feedbacks to make the video more user-friendly, to having online lessons, and to when I do the stage 1, I put all my 21 years of workshop experience into what the participant need, what the institute need you to achieve, and how do you do it. And I put it into a very structured step-by-step event for the self-paced stage 1 and 2 instructor training system. So at the end, what I see is life move and things are going to change. They will back to online personal lessons, but Zoom or online lessons are going to be around. I personally, and I think many people will do more online lesson. Well, I hardly done any online lesson before, but this will stay as well. And then we'll learn better ways to how we complement each other, how to bring the best of each other. And eventually the proportion of online lessons, self-paced learning will increase. We will find a way to make it even more exciting, even more fun. So it's an exciting future to see. And I certainly looking forward to see you in the fall tour. I'm going to several place in USA, and I'm going to England, and I'm going to Singapore. I will let you know in my newsletter, and some way we'll work out a hybrid system that we take advantage of both. So it's really exciting. And the fact that everybody here, I want to congratulate you, and I want to tell you that the fact that you are here, the instructors are here, shows that we are resilient, and the challenges, the way we overcome challenges and evolve is going to make us stronger, make us rebound to be stronger, because the world really needs us. They need Tai Chi program that's easy to learn, anyone can learn. They need Tai Chi program that really proven by evidence to improve health, improve immunity especially. And everybody needs that to overcome emotional stress that we always had before, and now is worse with the lockdown. Tai Chi is going to be a really, really important tool for the rest of the world. So the good thing is, while it is for me, it is for us to try to promote it, to bring it to people, to give people the message. But the good part is, I think you are going to be like me. When you start teaching, when you start spreading Tai Chi, you get so much enjoyment, so much improvement in your own health, in your own emotion, in your own Tai Chi, that it is not like any other work. It actually benefits both sides, yourself and others. And we have a place to make the world a better place. So I'm looking forward to the future and looking forward to work with you. And I can see we are going to bring a lot of benefit to other people. So thank you for being here. We set an example, and I look forward to the rest of today. And very importantly, I want to thank my workshop team who worked so hard to overcome technologies and giving you the personal attention. And our instructors are just fantastic. I can see their passion, their hearts with sharing the knowledge. I'm sure you agree with me. And the participants, the friends, without you, there's no workshops. And I feel we all friends, we all in one family. Doesn't matter whether we are supporter, participant, instructors, master trainers, senior trainers, we all one family. The little baby just as important as the grandfather. Everyone is just important in the family. So thank you, family. Thank you for everybody. We are back to Pat.
And Dr. Lam, I know I'm speaking for all of us here when I say, and thank you for being head of the household, for being the head of this family, and having the vision and being able to set the example and to start the fire. And we each catch a little bit of it and nurture it and try to spread it. But thank you so much for all of your efforts. Staying up all night to be with us here is just a small, tiny piece of that. But certainly you have fueled a fantastic movement around the world. And I know that I know you since 1999. I know that you have been putting all your energy and focus into this for a long time, and you've seen it grow, grow, grow. It will continue to grow and help so many people. And thank you. We have, thank you so much. And it certainly does take a whole team to run it. And thank you. There were people behind the scenes that you didn't meet this week, Evan and Dino. the Australian office helps a lot. And most of all, Becky, Ernie, and the little, I just try to learn from them and do a little bit and contribute to keeping this all going. We have a video now, I believe, right, Dr. Lam?
Sure. Yep. And while I'm putting the video on, I want to thank Hazel, my partner, who done so much to help this in the background, like Pat was saying. Okay, here's the video.
Originally a 12-step program.
Man that I hope will always be a part of my life. You gotta know each heart is real and each life can touch your own. And this world could be a good time home. Let's go. I'm looking for some long-time friends. I'm looking for some long-time friends. Life's a long, twisting road, many curves and ups and ends. So I'm looking for some long-time friends.
Thank you, Dr. Lam. Thank you so much. So it is time for us to move on into the rest of the day today. And again, it's just a fantastic day to rejoice in being together, to have found all these Tai Chi friends and family that we can share with. And thank you to Dr. Lam for making it all possible, and for the team that works to make the practical things happen. Anything else before we go? Becky?
Well, we can take a little break, and I will go, and then I'll put everyone into their room so people can grab a drink of water or tea, and maybe, and then we'll move on into our classes. Okay.
Great.
Morning, everyone.
Hi.
Morning. Welcome back.
That is so good with Zoom. We don't have to go find people. Just switch and everybody's here. Whether they like.
Dr. Lam, I just want to thank you for the huge gift you've given to the whole world and all of our futures. So huge gift. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's only huge because everybody's work in it. And you've done very, very significant contribution.
You have carved the way. You have made the way.
Darcy, you're my favorite teacher of the week.
You silly girl. I think I'm your only teacher, right?
Well, if you want to say that, yes, the only
That's
teacher.
funny. We've had a good time. We've had a really good week.
Bet.
Good. Are we going to do a pose or just a smile? What are we doing here?
Do a smile first and then we do a pose.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, Tai Chi. All right, let me.
Okay, what pose would you like, Darcy?
Oh, open and close, maybe. We've learned a lot about incorporating that breath and that healing Qigong in the TCA form. So maybe that one.
Yeah.
How do you,
And you know, open and close is Mr. Sung's unique contribution to Tai Chi, not in any other style. And it's just so ingenious.
it is wonderful. So healing.
All right, open and close it is. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Tai Chi. There we go.
Thank you, Becky.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Lam.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
and I'll
Becky,
see
and
in a
thank
little
you,
bit.
everybody. I will see you in 4.
All right. And so am I going to meet you in MRD then, Paul?
Yeah, let's go to Jocelyn's class.
Okay, MRD, that's the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
I will join.
And then the pandemic happened and I still have my airfare. So I'll just go up for a visit now before it expires.
Hello, everybody.
Do we have everyone? Where's JD?
We're going to take a photo.
JD.
Here he comes.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Oh, I'm like, where did JD go? Where's Jocelyn?
Yeah, JD was a roommate too. But not in the same room.
1 second.
Just in the same house.
Bear with me just a second. I'm playing. I feel like I'm moving Dr. Lam. I feel like I'm doing what is it? Partridge Family type thing.
Yeah.
Or the Hollywood Squares.
Bunch.
Hollywood
Yeah,
Squares.
Just
Oh my
pouring in the
gosh.
corner.
Yeah, everyone should do that. All right, here we go. First one, we're just going to do a nice smile. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, Tai Chis. All right, let me just take care of that.
Okay, Jocelyn, you have a move. So which move would you like?
Oh, so Saul wants open close. Do you want a different one? A salute? Someone else suggested the salute.
Sure, that's a good.
All right, give me a second here.
I guess I wonder if I need to do it backwards.
I'm doing it backwards so that my sister's on the right side. There you go. It looks like it's on the right now, Justin.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. All right, super. That was nice. I don't think anyone did that one.
Yeah. What about this one? Roll back. You can
Yeah,
fit
we can do that.
kind of. It make your hand look really big. Maybe playing the root. You see.
All right,
Your
give me a
hand need to
second.
be.
You
Yeah.
reaching out through the computer.
Everybody got big hand.
I like that. I like that. All right, reach out and touch somebody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I like it.
Well, wonderful. So thank you, everybody. And it's good to see you. I'm going to do my last lesson and then I'm going to sleep. I'll be thinking of you in my dream.
Well deserved, Dr.
Thank
Lamb.
you so
All right,
much.
Dr. Lamb. I'll move
Thank you for
I'll
your
move
time
you over.
and sharing your precious time with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your help.
Paul, I'll go ahead and move you to Chen. I'll take care of it right here.
Oh, okay.
Are you go?
Thanks.
I'll take care of it. See you there.
See,
Who's here? No, there he is. Wow, that was quick, Dr. Lam.
I heard you. Wow. Well, it's good to be here.
It is good to be here. So we were just talking about what we wanted to ask you, and Kitty has brought forth a really interesting question. So I'm going to let her ask it if you want to do that at this point, or if you want to do pictures. I don't know how you want to operate this. What would you like?
Well, let's, yeah, no, Kitty, go ahead. And we need Becky to do pictures. So once she comes, we'll stop everything and do photo and thing.
Okay.
So my question was just to the relationship between when you're delivering force, the relationship between the hand that's delivering the force and the back foot, if it's more of a forward or the less weighted foot. And is there also a relationship between the 2 feet in that maybe you're slightly more weighted to the rear of one foot and the ball of the opposite foot?
Okay, well, actually, it depends on which move. So probably better if I show when we're doing things and I'll show which move. So if you, oops.
Whoops.
So let's say this is a very typical one of delivering force. So you get the energy, your weight is in the back. And when you deliver force, then the foot, the stance is imbalanced. And there's more, in chain style, there's more commitment, about 80% of weight in the front foot, 20% in the back. And the chi sinks and open up your quad. So the whole body is coordinated, but the relation change if you do another move. Let's say here it's more like 55, 45 weight. And the force is in the hand, the other hand balance. And also usually the balancing hand and the in front hands have a relationship. The yin yang relationship is like here's the center, and you expand your energy both sides with one more stronger forward energy, the other balancing, but still the yang energy is just as important. But this will be stronger, this will be more softer, but more resilient in receiving, and more weight will be in the front, but only slightly. So it depends on which move. That makes sense? Okay, I hope I answered that question.
Shall we do some form? Or would you like to do?
Yep. Have you guys
He
warmed
says,
up
I don't
already?
know. Pardon?
You
No, we
warm
were
up
just,
already?
oh, we had just gotten here. You moved like, hopped around like a rabbit. We were just getting set. No, we have not done the warm up yet.
Oh, good. Let's do it together.
Okay. And there's Becky, just as we stood up.
Oh, okay. Let's take for. Let's do a full body picture. Do something. Do this one.
Oh, we're gonna do a full body one. Okay.
Since we're there.
Let me go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Good. And let me just put that over here.
And I like this one. I don't know if it's wait slightly back.
Shoot. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Have fun.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Oops. Okay. Next, remember, feel the opposite force as you expand, as you turn, like expand your body. As one more each side. So you can apply spiral force in almost all the warm-up movements. And this is very much a spiral movement. Feel the spiral come from your 当天 like a twisting your spine, just tiny little bit as you go up. One last. When you create that little bit more increment, then you make it spiral. Instead of two-dimensional, we just create another subtle dimension. Just in case you haven't heard me talk about this before, this is come from chain style. Yep, that's actually where it comes from. And the last, so I'm sure you all start with little miniature, small spiral, larger spiral, and at opposite force, the other foot. Okay, one last. And then okay, now with the chain style practice, I usually like to do a stretch the lower movements. So please feel free to join me. You don't have to. And if you do join me, just do well within your comfort zone. So if you just take a slow, bigger stance and you go weight on this side, allow your quad to open. And then the other side. And make sure you do well within your comfort zone. Don't go too low. It does take me many years to go lower, and I keep it up. But unless you're already doing that, please don't follow me. Do well within your comfort zone. I'm just showing off, even at 74, I can do that. That's what Tai Chi did for us. Okay, Lorraine, what should I do? Should we do the 36 together?
We can do the whole 36 if you like. We can focus a little bit on the last couple of postures, the beast head, that little area. whatever suits your fancy, but we could warm up with the whole
Well,
thing if you have time.
Yeah, I love to do the whole 36 with everybody.
Okay.
I will set the pace, so I'll turn my back on.
Okay.
And if you find I make little funny steps, it's because I'm not so much space here.
You're in a little funny space, so you have to make little funny steps. That's okay.
I will
we
mentally
accommodate.
visualize I'm playing in Lorraine's gym. Chain style 36 phones. Commence.
Thank you, thank you.
That was great. What would you like me to do, Lorraine?
Perhaps a couple of the postures out of the last section there, around the beast's head, the step back, the lotus kick, right around that section there, the last middle of the last section, the fourth section.
Okay, sure. And Julie, what would you like me to do?
We would love that piece for sure. And to hear more of what Kitty was talking about, about looking at where the relationship, the yin and yang relationship, that would be fabulous.
Okay, that's easy. So, let me just do.
We have the double stomp, and we have the
Yeah,
shuttles,
double jump.
and then the beast's head,
Okay.
and the dragon on the ground. 7 stars.
I should go in this way, shouldn't I? So I'm not going back on anymore. Okay, that's good. So from here, so that's sort of like if you got hold of people's arm and forearm, when they take you, you redirect the thing up, and then you push it down. Then you need to go forward to just finish the business of thing. So it's like up, down. As you press down the incoming force, you can also step or deliver force with your foot, provided your shoelaces are already tight. Then forward, turn. So after you turn over, it's like absorbing, redirecting, and stretch forward. So let's do that together from here. Just a small down. 1, 2, turn, closing, stretch, then. So that's almost like the warm-up exercises. The yin and yang, the palms against each other, and as you open up, sing your chi, open your qua, and here there is a transition to get there. The weight shifts slightly, but at the where you deliver force, it's almost like lifting up, pushing down. So here, there's one stage you are both feet the same weights. That nice, both nice horse stance. And so we'll do from here back to there again. From jump. 1, 2, over, then up. I think this is the bit that we really want to focus on. When you come back, if you remember Sung style, if you do Sung style, there is that bit of sort of similar in that sense. Sung style came from Mr. Wu, who's actually a chain stylist. He does Yang style as well, this way. So your weight's coming back to the left foot, still the half horse stance. So it's 55, 40. Your weights come here, and this come in, spiral here, and this go out to reach out, feel the incoming force, while these hands come up. And over here is where you start developing the beast head pose. Here, reaching out. So there's a forward and there's a backward force, that double force with you maintain a good center, good balance. And then this coming down, redirect incoming force, and almost hidden the roll your forearm around each other and deliver. So if someone hold your arm like this, you go roll this way. You hold your arm, you go roll this way. That can really put pressure on the other person's wrist. And then you deliver your force. Yeah, and it's like this. So it's not so much a punching, but more like a close force here, deliver in close range. Yeah, up and slightly forward, and that's accumulate the most force delivering. And therefore, shifting weight is very important because that's where your force is. And that comes to Kitty's question about where the weights are. Shift slightly to the left, shift slightly to the right, and then to the left and to the right. So that subtle shifting of the weight is really important. The right weight shift is where you deliver your energy. And the other important thing is in chain style, our stance are very subtle. It's 45, 55. Like the weight shifting is not so obvious to the opponent. You know where your weight is, but the opponent don't know. And that make it possible when you have close contact, you're still shifting weight and therefore giving that power with your leg as well when you deliver your force. roll over, and deliver. Remember the subtle shift of the weight, left, shift to the right, left, and right. Okay, so let's do from where we were to here. It's always nice to have the energy flowing. Turn. Okay, any questions? If
This
you
is your
haven't,
chance.
well, I can watch
when
you.
come,
Sorry, go ahead.
you come up and you go out. Now, does this arm go forward while you are turning your foot, or is it also going to the corner?
It is forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Forward. While you're going forward, you also turn your body at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
And that gives you the turning the spiral shear force as well as it goes through.
Thank you.
Sure, Sue. If there's no question, I'm going to watch you doing it. Can you do those bits? Ready? From, yep. Ready? Follow Lawrence. Go. Okay. Can you do one more time? Follow Julie's tempo. Julie said when to start, since it's hard for me to say. Oh, you can't hear. Okay, you said it. Yeah, go. Yeah.
And begin. Right and left.
Okay. Well, it is a pretty complicated movement. So from what I can see, everybody did it quite well. The shapes are fine. Just a bit more refinement. Watch your feet. I can't see all your feet. Sue, I couldn't see your feet so well. Now I can. So you want your feet to be 15 degrees away. So it's not 45 like the Yang style. It's more closing 10 to 15 degrees from the front. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Kitty, that's better from what I can see. Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing. The other thing I noticed is just at the end, that's too far. I exaggerating it. Keep it closer. Closer, I mean these hands are closer like this, not like this. And they're actually touching. Yeah, so your rowing is very close. You know, it's not like that. It's more almost touching each other, so rowing. Yeah, so that's that's a big movement, and that gets smaller, more powerful, closer and smaller. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Go. Please show me one more time. Okay, follow Lorraine's rhythm. Okay, that's very nice. And I'm sure Julie and Lorraine would go over with you again. Should we do it to the end? Should I keep going?
Sure.
Okay, so let's do to the completion from here.
So it looks like we're about to get yanked back to the main room. So Dr. Lam, thank you so much.
Well,
the thing flashed up 45 minutes.
Oh, I don't know why.
Becky, Darcy
No,
wanted
that-
to
that-
continue.
that's the
She wanted to continue. Can
session.
that be done, Becky?
What?
She wanted to continue for another 5 minutes.
It's
Darcy's-
okay. We'll
Darcy.
we'll just have the feedback happen as soon as we get back.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm having a huge electrical storm right now. In case I suddenly get lost, I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay, be safe.
Holy cow, they have a thunder hit like right here. Ooh, thunder or something. Ooh. Anyway.
Excuse me, everyone. Is this 15 minutes break or?
It is 15 minutes. Yes.
Thank you.
15, yes, 15.
Yeah.
Tea break.
and
I think
I'll
said-
stay here for a little while. I'll go after the break.
Hi,
Great.
Dr. Lam. Thank you for coming to our class. I'm sorry, I'm far away from my screen. I have my contacts in, but I'm still not seeing well. I'm having cataract surgery in
Oh,
October,
did it?
so I'll be able, so I couldn't see who was leading and what the timing was. So I apologize for that.
That's okay. That's okay. You got great Tai Chi, and you're going to get the recording too, so you can go back and look at it again and work on that. It's okay. It's
right.
good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we spent some time together. It's,
Yes.
yeah, so nice.
I love this form, and I feel that, I know the spiral energy goes into every style, but particularly I feel it much better in Chen. So it's good training also for the, Sun and Yang style to incorporate the spiral force and moving in a curve. So yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, because change is more obvious in the spiral. So you can, yeah, it's good to train that and then come back to more subtle, and you appreciate the subtleness of Sun style, Yang style. But it's good to do the, yeah. I think change style, yeah, I love change style.
I know you really like it. So.
We need to remind everyone about the next instructor forum on spiral force.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, when people, everybody come back, if you can just Pat, if you can remind people to come and to bring their friends, and we can make the previous 2 topic available. Anybody who wanted it, we can post it on YouTube and people can look at it. If people wanted it, we'll do that.
Fantastic.
Thank you. See you later.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun talking about the visualizations and the Qi and Jing, and then the spiral will be fun. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, well, so I'm going to say goodbye, everybody, and keep practicing, keep in touch. And thank you.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
Have a
Bye,
great
Becky.
day.
Thanks a lot, Becky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
My pleasure.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dr.
Bye.
Lam. Get some sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep. Yeah.